varied. I have experience dancing in a professional dance company, also directing a company, and directing a school. So all of these things combine to inform my teaching. So often, depending on what course I happen to be teaching, I can share experiences from what I might be looking for if I'm going to hire someone to teach in a dance studio, and particularly in the theory and practice of teaching dance, because many of our students will go on to teach. I can often talk about some of the rigors of being in a professional company and some of the standards of practice that some are not always written down and clear. For example, you might not think this is important, but it's very important not to have long fingernails when you dance close to people in group settings. And relationship with the professors, there's a lot of one-on-one availability. Professors, we have this, quote-unquote open door policy, which our doors aren't always open, but it does mean that we are available to students. They can come to any one of us. It doesn't matter if we're their advisor, if they're seeking advice, or just need help with the schedule. It's a cohort of faculty and students that I think is just one unit, not a separation, in terms of how we relate to one another. Well, professionally, I am pursuing a more in-depth study in somatic movement education and somatic experiencing. So I am going to be researching opportunities in the spring in particular to be working with veterans. We have a military base that spans from our state of Tennessee up into Kentucky, Fort Campbell, and then we also have a big presence here on campus. And so in terms of service, I really want to incorporate my knowledge of somatic experiencing and trauma with the knowledge of somatic movement education, and create a protocol and a program that would be specific to either veterans or currently enlisted. Have a real understanding of how their body works and what it feels like when their body works. And so for dance training in particular, one of the ways that in the past dancers have approached training is to override pain and to override discomfort. And in some cases, that might be appropriate, but in most cases it's not. So I really encourage the students to work with the body they have, not make judgments about what, who can dance and who can't dance in terms of what a body type is and what it looks like. So they can expect to be welcomed regardless of what they're coming in with in terms of proficiency, as long as they're willing to learn and be open. I'm going to ask them to be open to more possibilities, because there's more than one way to approach dance styles and training. The performing arts are often seen as frivolous, fringe, and hobbies. However, many people make quite a good living in the performing arts, and we're not starving artists, and you don't have to be on Broadway or in LA or in the movies to be successful. Every one of your faculty has a job in the performing arts. They're teaching you. But most of us are practicing professionals as well. We continue our practice moving forward. You are able to see what's happening socially and politically in the world at any time in history by reflecting back on the arts. And artists research deeply what they do, and our research looks different than perhaps a scientific paper. So I just invite people to be open to the idea that the arts are not a fallback.